Right, guys, back with another recap today. As you can see in the background, the trade that was going on, I do end up getting entered on this trade, which I thought I took the safe entry on this trade. I probably should have actually held it out, which is my biggest regret of the whole trade, of the whole situation. I should have probably tried to hold out for this 60 level, or this 56, I think that is. I can't see exactly properly because it's a bit small on my screen, but about 56 level to get tested again, and then enter for a long, because that means I have very, very minimal risk, because I can risk only down to about, what, 40, 35, not 35, sorry, 40 below VWAP, depends how the market feels and stuff, and I can get obviously the nice move back up, probably realistically a 25-point move, which would have been brilliant. Obviously, I end up taking the trade a little bit earlier than that. I tend up to get my entry at 70.5, which is not the end of the world. It's not a horrible entry if you look at the market. It's not a horrible entry. It's just not as good as I really wanted it to be. Probably should have realistically been entering at least sort of like 65, 60. But nothing you can really do about it afterwards. It's just one of them where to learn for next time. Um, I was reading a lot of Delta, and Delta felt to me like it was going to be going. Um, it moved up and it sort of started to fall off a bit, and I quickly realised I couldn't, I didn't move my entry at that point, but it's fine. The trade ended up working. The the market ended up doing what I wanted it to do, but it did give me some scares. I won't lie to you. It did give me some scares. I was a bit scared in this trade at point. It's not necessarily scared. Scared's not the right word. I think I was a bit um, unsure of, not unsure. I don't know the best word for it, but I thought the market might just fall down here. Because obviously we had the big dip below to VWAP, and then we ripped back up, obviously, which felt to me quite strong. I was basing this trade a lot off the daily chart, and the bigger time frames more than the 5 minute, because to me the daily chart, we'd gone down earlier on in the day, obviously, and tested this 800 level and didn't break it. We got what 8 points or so below it, and then we sort of ended up ripping back up. Where I was sort of like, okay, this has done that. We could easily just see a slow grind all day here up to the 920s, 940s, something like that. Maybe even see the 80,000 today. You never know. But at the time of recording this, it's not gone up that high. Pretty much about where my entry was anyway. So we sort of went down a bit, then we ripped up a bit, and we just sort of sat around where my point of where my entry was on this trade anyway. So it's one of them trades today where I think I entered at probably not the best point, but not a bad point. It could have been a lot better. It could have been definitely better. It could have been also worse, obviously. But we entered at a point which I was happy to take. Took the trade. I was going to add one here. I was very tempted to add one there, but we ended up ripping out quite quickly. I was like, I'm not going to add. I'm not going to add this high. Like if we'd gone down to the 60s, like pushed it hard, maybe down to like the 50s, like to be up, I probably would have added one, just because I know my risk is going to be very small on this, say that last contract. But it ended up obviously coming back up. We pushed back up. A lot of this, the reason why it's not wanting to move a lot more is because of the ES. The ES was really like not wanting to go above the VWAP again. It sort of wanted to really stay below VWAP and get back below it, and it was sort of a lot of resistance there. It was making a Nasdaq a bit slower than it would have been. I think if they'd be able, ES was obviously a lot more willing to, obviously would have gone straight up in reality, but I don't think it was a bad trade. It wasn't my best trade. It was definitely not a trade that I am super happy with. It's one of them where I think today's trade was a lot more. I wanted to take a trade more than I didn't want to take a trade, so I sort of entered in something that maybe wasn't my A plus. It was probably a B setup, C setup, like probably even C or D. It was not very good, but ended up working out. Can't be too upset with it. I think it's one of them where I think in a combine I'll take this trade. In an express funded, I would have just walked away for the day, not uploaded and not traded today. That's just the plain and simple way. I've got to get out of that mindset, and I've hopefully got to get back onto express funded so I can just go by with that, because that'll be fine with me. I'm trading small enough size where I think if I get an express funded again now, I won't lose it. That's it. That'll be me express funded for ages. I'm trading not such small size, but a lot smaller size in comparison to what I was trading. Makes it a lot more nice, in my opinion. But as you see, we end up pushing up a bit here. Delta was starting to scare me because it was starting to sort of make lows. Which like it was starting to sort of get lower and lower and lower. I was getting a bit scared that we might just get a full crash down through VWAP here. And if we do get that, I'm out. Obviously. Um, I was looking at a lot of the ES 5 minute, as you can see. It's getting like it's a big resistance area. Getting above the 12 is really what I wanted to see, so we can start pushing this up to the 14s and so. There's a lot of volume at 15s, obviously, as you can see, it's higher day on the ES, but it just wouldn't go. It just would not go at all. The ES was just really making it hard work to go up. I think this was the point where I was a bit like, because I really thought that was going to be the crash through the 1 minute was lining up for the nice sort of curved out and to go up, but it obviously ended up taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. Delta then pushes up. Delta's buyers come in heavy here, and we end up getting a nice little move up. I actually wanted to take off a little bit earlier than I did because I pressed my keybinds, but I didn't have my keybind. I bound my keybinds to my 22 tick chart instead of my DOM, and I realised that, so I go and check it and test it and make sure it all was fine. And obviously ends up being okay in the end. If you guys did enjoy this video and the recap, I probably just rambled for a bit too much of this video, but you know what, it's one of them. It's one of them that's going to happen. I want to just be honest and talk properly and sort of not just make, stupid 2 minute videos of just me talking done. I might as well make shorts if I'm going to do that. So this is more real, more sort of showing exactly what happens with trading and trying to give my best explanation, even if it is a bit of rambling as well. So anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.